You're listening to the Dare to Dream Network with your host, Dr. Michael McCain, an international business coach, best-selling author, philanthropist, motivational speaker, and multi-level business strategist, bringing you the best in small business and corporate development, business strategies, personal motivation and inspiration, branding and business building, relationships and people skills, wealth building and wealth creation. For more information, visit www.mccaininternationalinc.org.
Hello, people. All right, this is a one-on-one interview with author Bruce Barry. He is an author, a poet, a singer, an artist, an entrepreneur in his own right, and by privilege, he's also a author with Maximize Publishing. So everyone, this is Bruce Barry. Bruce Barry, please greet our audience.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Bruce Barry. So good to be here with you. Big boss man, Maximize Publishing. It is an honor to be on camera with you right now. I'm just very excited about everything that's going on, work that's going. I'm ready to push forward. Let's get the show on the road.
All right. Now we're going to be doing a couple of different segments and interviews. We're mutually interviewing each other. So I'm just going to turn this over to you and allow you to start this process, and then we'll go from there.
No problem. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you today, I love poetry, of course. And so today I wanted to talk to you about this right here. The Encore Love. Wow. 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 Now, when I got this in the mail, when I ordered it from Amazon, I had to fight my mama for it because she wanted to read it. And I think I lost the fight a couple of times. But this is just a very, very powerful, a very, very emotional, a very deep, a very spiritually charged book of love poetry. Encore Love by Michael McCain. And what I wanted to say first was, how did you get this all onto paper? How did it come to you? Where did the inspiration to just write it down come from?
It came from moments of needing to express certain things, and it came from a buildup of feeling like some of those thoughts and emotions and feelings were going unexpressed. So I had, during the course of writing that particular book, a number of sleepless nights, and I could not sleep. So in the interim of all of that, I decided, look, if I'm going to be up in the middle of the night for no reason, and I have all of these thoughts and things bombarding my mind and ill feelings, I'm going to put them to some good use. So I took that moment to declutter, and as we would say, using our computers, to defragment.
Yes.
Defragment my mind and get rid of some things that needed to be processed. So there's a lot of emotion, raw emotion, heartfelt and expressed emotion that you will read throughout the pages of the book. And I feel that it was a transparent or very vulnerable moment to share with the world, but I was comfortable in doing such.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a great answer. I like the word that you used when you said declutter, because a lot of stuff can really just get caught up in here, you know. And when you put the paper, when you put the paper under the pen and you start writing it, sometimes you amaze yourself at what comes out. It's like, wow. And that's how I really felt. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So that was a really great answer. I did want to talk to you about two of my favorites in your book, Encore Love. What does my heart say?
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna let you talk about what does my heart say first, and then I'm gonna say something because I kind of took it and I reworked the whole thing in my mind. I'm weird like that. I like to transform things and turn them into something else. But it was really, really, I can't even say powerful because I don't think powerful captures everything that reading this was for me. So I'm going to let you go and talk about that a little bit more.
When I wrote "What Does My Heart Say," it was basically a poem that was written to someone I was dating, and I wanted them to know that, okay, in the moments that we spend together, do you really know my heart? And that was a question that I was asking because the relationship was very new.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about this relationship was new. And the question that I was asking is, do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know my heart? And what is my heart telling you? Because if you're secure in those things, then a lot of the little frivolous things that pop up here and there wouldn't move you. You wouldn't be worried because essentially you know what my heart is toward you. And so that should give you the security that you need in spite of anything else that could possibly happen. So what does my heart say to you? That's where that came from. And that was actually one of those poems written in a moment or at a time where I did not get any sleep that night and needed to express what my heart was saying.
Right, right. See, when I read this, what does my heart say? I was like, as I read the second stanza, as I feel your heartbeat and you feel mine, what does my heart say? Now, I'm a really big Celine Dion fan, and Celine Dion, one of her first American songs was "Where Does My Heart Beat Now? Where does my heart beat now?" And so when I read this, I was thinking that, and so it kind of transformed into, not as to if the person knows what my heart is saying, but do I know what my heart is saying? I kind of flipped it and I put myself in the other person's shoes, whoever you might have been talking about. I was like, oh my God, so what am I feeling, and do I know what I'm thinking, and do I know what my heart is saying about this person? And so it brought some emotions into play for me that made me take a really introspective look at myself and say, ooh, well. So I really, really, really enjoyed it, and it helped me get through a really rough emotional time in my life where I was confused about a lot of things romantically, and it helped me to process my thoughts. Wait, 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 wait. It helped me to declutter, since we're using that word.
Right.
It helped me to declutter my thoughts and defragment my emotions. So I knew he would laugh at that one.
Right.
So I'm really, really grateful for this particular piece. And another one I wanted to talk about is Why I Love You. It's a little bit further down in the book, and this was a poem that also really, really, really transformed me, and I'm going to let you talk a little bit more about that.
Hmm. I felt, and it's amazing the two that you picked was. It's really amazing that you ended up picking those two, um, because both of them were actually written at the same time,
Oh,
which is which is
wow.
not which is not something that usually happens when I do poems.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put them into this compilation, it I don't want to say they were all over the place, but I had poems written on the laptop, and I had poems written on napkins, and I had poems written
Yes.
on sheets of paper,
Yep.
etc. So this was one of those poems that started out on a sheet of paper, and the others were on the laptop already because I was in the process of transferring them into a document. And the long story short is when I wrote this, it was, okay, to answer or further take over the conversation of what I was talking about and what does my heart say.
Wow.
So when I wrote this, it was to continue the conversation. It was now to tell you, okay, I've given the thought as to what my heart is saying, and here's why I love you.
Right.
These are the reasons why I love you. This is what I
Right.
love about you.
Right.
That's how that came about. So that's why I say it's very powerful that you chose, out of all the poems in this book, it's very interesting that you chose those two because they're actually connected.
Right. And they're about, what, 40 pages apart in the book.
Right.
Or something like they're about
Right.
a good 40 pages apart here. Wow. You see, the wonderful thing about poetry is, people always interpret everything from their experience. And which is why, yes, like before I give what I interpreted it as, or what my interpretation was, it's best to have the person who orchestrated it say, okay, this is what I was trying to say. Because you can have about 5 more people on this interview, and everybody's going to say they heard something a little bit different. And it's always
Yeah.
good to get the author's perspective first. Because even reading Why I Love You, I heard it differently too. And it was also connected to the first one that I had picked. And, when it was a continuation. It's so weird how, like this, the same mind.
Right.
Because I was having that conversation with myself, and I was, okay, what am I thinking? Where does my heart be? What am I feeling? And then I came to the resolution that what I was thinking was not beneficial to me, and what I was feeling was not beneficial to me. And so when I got to the Why I Love You, it was a whole transformation of myself, a whole transformation of relationship or new relationship. And I had to realize that there was some good in relationship, there was some good in romanticism that I deserved and that I required and that I needed. And so Why I Love You came to me as, okay, this is why you love a person. Okay, not for the reasons that you were thinking before, because those reasons were hurting you. And so it kind of just flipped my wig, although this is not a wig, this is mine. I grew it. It kind of transformed my thinking into what it is I really deserved and loved, and what it is I really deserved in relationship. And it's something that actually hasn't even left me yet. It's something I still have to go back and flip through the pages and say, okay, well, it says right here, and let me reflect on what it says right here. And it's deep. It's really, really deep. It really helped me to heal from past relationships. And so I appreciate that about it.
Now, this is amazing because I think with those 2 poems alone, and 2 poems, I would say, does not make the book or will complete your understanding, but somehow in this interview, we were able to accomplish that with the 2 that you chose. Encore love represents everything that you just said in your statement.
Yep.
Encore love, because when I was in the process of writing this book, it was about uncluttering from the past. It was about processing new emotions in a brand new relationship. And in essence, it was the reason why it became named, and I pray I'm not skipping over any questions that you were going to ask me. The reason it became named Encore Love is because it's that moment when you have loved It's that moment when you have loved hard and you gave it your everything and all the energy that you put into a relationship, and then for whatever reason on earth, it does not work out. And we all go through those moments of, okay, I am not in the mood to try this again.
Yes.
I don't have the energy to try this again.
Yes.
I don't have the mental strength, physical strength, any of it to try again.
Yes.
So Encore Love for me was a moment in my life where I was depleted. I had given life everything. I had given the individuals that I was with everything. And I'm like empty now. And then here it is. I find love again.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like I don't have it to give you. I don't have the energy for this. But somehow that relationship refreshed, revived, brought me back to life, etc. And I would not dare call it getting your groove back, because the groove never left. If we tell the truth.
All right now.
If we tell the truth.
You tell the movie makers that one, they'll be like, well, we're going to have to take that movie off the air.
If we tell the truth, we're not depleted of being a sexual being. You will always share a need to express that through love, through communication, through physical acts, as the older folks say, having relations.
Oh my goodness.
You will always express the need to be able to share love in various different ways and formats throughout your life. So that groove has never left. It was just covered in a space of, okay, I need to protect myself. I've given way too much of myself. I've given my best, and I've given my best energy, my best efforts, my money, my finance, everything. I've given you everything, every part of me. And when you have a person that you see yourself as one with, and for whatever reason you break up or you part from each other, it's like losing a piece of yourself. And what I discovered is I didn't want to lose another piece of myself. So if I'm going to get into a relationship, there needs to be a serious commitment, or else you continue the cycle of, okay, I've given a piece of me here and a piece of me there and a piece of this and a piece of that. And now I have this laundry list of people who all have a piece of me. And that's not what I wanted. Not for me. That's not what I wanted. So what I had to say to myself is, will I ever have the type of love that I'm looking for? Will I ever have the type of relationship that I've been longing for? And I had reached a space in my life where I didn't feel like none of this junk was possible. It's just not going to happen. Let it go and whatever. And then when I let it go and I got to the space of I wasn't looking for it anymore, I'm not thinking about it anymore. No matter how many advances I hear or receive, I'm just really not interested. I had reached the space of being comfortable with myself. And once I was able to process that, it was like the healing just came out of nowhere. And we confess to be healed over old relationships, but the truth is you go through some experiences that will teach you that you're not. And it's not until you're trying to advance in some other area in your life, which in some cases may not absolutely be related to a relationship. It is some new venture that is happening in your life that exposes an area that is not healed yet. And you'll start to where you're holding on to something or harboring something. And I had to visit those moments. And Encore Love is like, oh my God, love does exist. In spite of all the bad that I have gone through and experienced, it's like, whoop, whoop, cheers for love, because this is happening. This is real. I'm not in that space anymore where I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm this, I'm that. I have rightly so, gone through every phase and found love again. So that's what that whole concept and idea of this book, where it came from.
See, thank you, sir, for that. This is why I didn't ask you that first. Thank you for that word, because that was that was a word. That was a very, very powerful statement from Michael McCain about basically my entire life. So thank you very much. And the life and the lives of probably maybe 97% of the people who are watching here. I particularly resonated with the part when you talked about people having pieces, and this piece is over here, that piece is over there, and you feel separated, and you feel split, not just in half, but in probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pieces and pieces. And the part that was so great to me about Encore Love is when you have these pieces broken up and all of these people have these pieces, you'll always feel like, okay, well, this person, and I feel something for you and I feel something for you. What Encore Love did for me was say, well, actually, because those situations, those relationships are over, I can't let you have this piece anymore. I can't let you have that piece anymore because I don't have anything for me. And so what Encore Love says to me is, no, I have to pick these pieces up and put myself back together. When you're in love, we're always taught, well, I will speak from an I statement. I was taught that you love your neighbor and you love your friends and you love and you love and you love. And we put out so much and put out so much, and we don't remember, or we weren't taught, or we don't realize that if we don't love ourselves, all of the love that we give out, it's not going to come back because I'm not generating anything. In order to give love out, I have to generate love in myself. And so if I'm not generating love in myself, once I give all of the love out that I had, I'm going to look in the mirror, and if these people, whoever they are, relationships, friends, whatever, if they're here or if they're not here, when I look in the mirror, all I'm going to see is aloneness, because love is what lets you know that you're not alone. And so Encore Love took those pieces back for me and put the pieces for me back where they belong. Okay, put my shoulder back where, but you can't have my shoulder anymore. I need my shoulder. I'm right-handed, but I need my left shoulder too. So it was like the bones of my soul, to be exact, the bones of my soul, what my soul is made up of, what keeps my soul solid, I had broken and given out. And so I'm very grateful to you for Encore Love for telling me to put your bones back in your body. You can't walk without your bones. You can't move without your bones. In the same strength that your soul cannot move without its bones. Your soul cannot move without its fortification and its strength. So I'm very, 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 very appreciative of the work that Encore Love first did in your life, because it had to do it in your life first. And because it did it in your life first, it did it for mine. And I hope it does it for someone who's watching. I'm going to hold it up right quick. Encore Love, Dr. Michael McCain. I hope it's not backwards on the camera, because, you know, they flip the sides a little bit when you check it out. And so you can give your little closing remarks, because you've answered about 7 questions that I might have had. But that's why I was saving it for last, because I knew that you had a homily.
Wait, I'm doing an Auntie O. You know, when she goes for an interview, she just takes over her own interview experience. So I guess we just experienced that ourselves. But thank you, one, for taking this moment to. Thank you for taking this moment to bring life to this project and to help me push it forward to the next level. This was a great interview experience. I'm so appreciative of this moment. For those that are not aware, the book is available on Amazon. It's available everywhere that you can think of. If you Google any of your favorite bookstores in the names of Powell Books or Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, even Sears.com, and Amazon and Shop.com. I just recently learned carries Maximize products as well. So you can look up any of those sites and find Encore Love. Encore Love also is being developed into an audiobook that will be released very, 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 very soon, and the details of that as it comes will be posted, and that will be on iTunes and Amazon, so look out for that in at least 2 or 3 months from now. You'll see Encore Love available there, and I guess that's it for now. When we continue the next video, we'll be interviewing Mr. Bruce.
That's me.
And the interesting part about this is that both of our interviews are literally in sync with each other because they're both videos on poetry.
Yes.
They're both videos on poetry and interviews about poetry and interviews about a particular book. So it's interesting that the title of mine is Encore Love because Bruce's book is called The Art of Love.
Yes.
So if you're watching this interview right now, I want you to continue to the next video and watch Bruce's interview on his book. Thank you for watching. This has been One-on-One with Michael and Bruce Barry, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff, and share.
Yes.
Amen. Praise God.
Yeah.
Share.
All you need. Yes.
This video. All right, you guys. It's been good. Later.
All right. Thanks so much.
This has been another edition of the Dare to Dream Network with Dr. Michael McCain. To order this live session on MP3 or compact disc, go to our website. Also, to book Dr. McCain for your next event, please refer to www.McCainInternationalinc.org or visit Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Books A Million for other product information and orders.